Well, we just had one of our worst slips on the channel. Sometimes you just have bad days. Today was one of those bad days. Looking to bounce back into today's slip. Welcome on into Marky Picks, guys. If you're new here, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my free daily picks. I post free PrizePicks, player prop picks every single day. So once again, if you're not already, drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my free picks. Quick recap on this slip. One of the worst slips on the channel. We only went 1 out of the 6. And this is what happens when you take all over sometimes. I don't usually do that on these slips. But I decided to try something different here. We stacked the slip full of overs. I don't ever like doing that. And this is usually the result when that happens. So starting off, Sanchez on the over there. I got on my video yesterday. He was my most confident pick of the day. I think I had him only at 56% hit rate. He smashed that line, although he eliminated my Phillies team in another disgusting kind of loss. So I'm going through it right now. But, I'm not going to stop making these videos, though. Saquon Barkley, he also didn't get there. Just a really bad game for the Eagles. The Eagles are terrible right now. Don't know what's going on with them. Braylon Braxton, this one should have hit. I'm just going to be blunt. I think he had like 178 around that at halftime, or 189, I believe, at halftime. And it was a blowout, though. They were up like 28-7, so the game script there killed us. But if it was a competitive game, he easily would have smashed this. That burned us. That's the only thing about taking overs. You need the game script to go in your favor. That's the whole point of an over. You want everything to go right. And if it doesn't, that's why the under is a more safer play. So, going with the over there didn't work. Gabriel Benyard, this is another one that was interesting. He actually got more receptions than he usually does, but he just couldn't find a way to break free, it seemed like. This is another game where they were blowing him out. So, another one that limited his opportunities to get down the field. So, more shorter routes. So, another one, game script didn't go our way. Next one, Anthony Smith, and this guy didn't get it until later in the game. I don't know what the situation was there. Looking at third quarter, he had zero stats. He didn't have anything, no catches, no yards. For being a wide receiver 1 on this pass-heavy team, that's a little surprising. But you know what? In that fourth quarter or late third quarter, he got a big pass completion. He got like a one catch for like 49 yards. So that's like already right on his line. And he just needed like one more catch really to get over this line. And yet again, he got one more catch, but it was only for like 5 yards. So it wasn't enough to get over 60.5. Another one just came up short. And Jake Retzloff, he had no chance on this line. I'm not sure what the situation was there. He's usually a rushing quarterback. He usually gets like 10 rushes a game. He only rushed like 4 times in this game for 20 yards. So, I mean, that's pretty. If he got his normal amount of volume, it's going to be right around that line if he got to around his 10 carries. So, not sure what the situation was there in a pretty competitive game as well. Yeah, I mean, taking the overs, I don't usually like doing that, and you can see why. So, I got 6 more plays for you guys today, covering 1 MLB play and the rest college football. So let's just go ahead and dive right into the slip for today. Not going to waste anybody's time. First pick, we're going with Tyreek Skubal, under 9 strikeouts. My projection is at 7.89. Another one that's a very strong hit rate today, 57.30%. I got him hitting under 9 strikeouts. This is not going to be a popular pick by any means. I think if you think of Tyreek Skubal, you're thinking power pitcher. You're thinking a strikeout pitcher. And he definitely is. And he's not. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying this is not a play that I like playing. I hate taking unders on a guy like Tyreek Skubal. And especially I've been riding him throughout these playoffs. Every time his props are available, I've been smashing his over. But tonight, it's a game 5. They're on the road in Seattle, and they just lost to Seattle. I think there's a very good chance that the Mariners come out here and they make Skubal work more, so that limits his innings and batters he can face. Go deeper in the game. But there is also a world that Skubal goes out there and just dominates like he always does, and gets over this number. But my projections like him to stay under 9 in this game. I don't think he gets over 9. I mean, I think there's a chance where he could get to 9 and tie the line. So there is a chance that happens. But seeing the situation in the game flow, I think it's going to happen. It's not going to be a popular pick by any means. So play it at your own risk, but I like the kind of edges we're getting on this pick, so I'm taking the under 9 strikeouts to lead off this slip. So go pick number 2. We're going E.J. Warner over 208.5 passing yards. My projection is at 210.8, and I got him at a 51.73% hit rate. So there wasn't really much that I liked on tonight's college football slate. There's only 3 games. So, but I'm trying to get these picks out, and I'm trying to get picks out every single day, even if there's small slate or not. But there really wasn't much that I liked on this slip in total. But I believe I got some here that are pretty solid, I would say. But the edges are not that strong on tonight's slate, so keep that in mind when you're playing these picks. But in this game, I got a projection here at 210.8, so it's a slight over on this 208.5 passing yards. And I think the only thing that keeps him under this line is game flow, because I'm expecting Fresno State to be leading the entire way in this game against Colorado State. Colorado State, they're going through like quarterback transitions right now. They're on their backup quarterback. So, and they didn't look too good last week against San Diego State. So, I think they're going to continue to struggle in this game. Fresno State's playing really good football. If you want other angles on this game, take a look at the running backs for Fresno State, Donaldson and Rayshawn Luke, I believe, the 2 running backs. Their rushing yards lines look pretty solid on the overs for both of them. If you want to go that route in the over, be my guest. I think they look good. I'm just picking the passing yards because I think I like the edges we can get through the air here, because Colorado State's defense is really bad. And if this game somehow stays competitive, or if they're trailing at all, I think there's even more chances for him to go over 208.5 passing yards. So that's pick number 2. Pick number 3, we're going in Chaz Nimrod over 68.5 receiving yards. My projection is at 80.2 with a 51.94% hit rate. So like I said, last pick, there's not that much edges on tonight's slate that I could find. Smaller slate, the books are going to be pretty sharp on everything, so they are pretty sharp tonight on college football. There's not a lot out there with a good edge. So the projections that I have are going to be like the sole driver of these picks. And I think this is a game that's going to be very exciting to watch. We got 2 teams here. I think the 2 top teams in the American Conference, outside of Navy. I think this could be like a preview of the American Conference Championship game. We could see if North Texas is a possible playoff contender. All eyes are going to be on this game. If you care about that, which I'm going to be watching this game. I think it's going to be a great game to watch. I think the total is set at 66.5, which is an insanely high total. So you're going to see lots of big plays, lots of offense in this game. I think any over for any player on any of these teams is going to look good. But I'm just checking Nimrod because he's wide receiver 1 on this USF Bulls team. He makes big plays down the field, and North Texas does not have a pretty strong defense. It's gonna be point scoring in this game. Both of these teams, I think, are gonna have to score points. I do think USF ends up winning this game, but it's gonna come down to the final possession. I think whoever has the ball last in this game is gonna end up winning. So give me Nimrod over 68.5 receiving yards. Pick number 4, we're going Jonah Coleman over 3.5 receptions. I got him projected at 3.9. Again, with a smaller hit rate, 51.21. Not a lot of edges again. And I was really having problems finding a good pick for this Rutgers and Washington game. There really wasn't much that was standing out at all, even in my projections. So, I was trying to find something that looked solid, and I'm taking Coleman over 3.5 receptions. If you look at his last 3 games, he's been really heavily involved in the passing game. I believe they played, Minnesota, Ohio State, and I forget who else they played, but he had 8 receptions in their last game against Minnesota, and he had 2 receptions against Ohio State 2 games ago, or 3 receptions. Yeah, he had 3 receptions against Ohio State, and then he had 6 receptions the game before that. And he's only had 1 in the first 2 games of the season, so they're really making it an effort here over the last couple games to get him more involved in the passing game. And another reason why I like this is because Rutgers' run defense is pretty strong, so they could easily shut down Coleman in the run game. So to counter that, Washington could get him involved more in the passing game to get him open up, get some free space. So I really like this pick. I don't know. I know the hit rate isn't the highest, but I really think this is a strong pick. Probably my second favorite, strongest pick on this slip if I had to rank them in order. Pick number 5, we're going Jackson Brousseau, under 176.5 passing plus rushing yards. My projection is at 162.5. And there was no lines posted for this specific prop, so I'm just gonna label it 50-50. Let you guys play this at your own risk. Um, this is the situation. Jackson Brissett, like I said earlier, Colorado State's on their backup quarterback. So, and I watched him play last week. He didn't look that good at all. Looked like he was really, really struggling. And the only reason I'm taking the passing plus rushing yards is just because get more of a cushion because he's not really a rushing threat. So, and Fresno State's defense is pretty strong on both sides of this prop. So, I expect this one to stay under as long as there isn't any big plays that could pop out of the blue, which is possible, but I don't see that happening. I think this game stays pretty low scoring, so I like the under here. And I'm going to correlate this pick to round out the slip. I'm correlating it. I'm taking the same team here. I'm taking the tight end, Rocky Beers, under 18.5 receiving yards. I got him at 13.2 with a little bit of a more I would say, solid hit percentage, 53.06. And, yeah, so this one is pretty low. I'm not expecting him to get too much volume in this game. I'm only expecting him to get around 1 to 2 catches. So we're just hoping he stays under 18.5 receiving yards in those 2 catches. I think there's a good chance that happens because, like I said, Fresno State's defense doesn't allow explosive plays too much this season. They've been pretty solid on defense. And they really got a good team overall. I mean, they're 5-1, so I expect them to keep playing good football in this game against a bad Colorado State team. And, yeah, that's going to do it for this slip, guys. If you enjoyed it, once again, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my free daily picks. I drop picks every single day covering a variety of sports, so don't forget to do that. So tomorrow's, just looking ahead at your overview, we got some stack college football on Saturday. We're going to have plenty of picks to rock with. So if you guys want to get extra picks on tomorrow's video, get this video to 20 likes, and I'll have 10 extra picks on tomorrow's video. So that's 6 picks from the main slip, plus I'll give you guys 10 free picks. Once again, on the video, at the end of the video, I'll just drop them at the end. Just all backed by my projections, so they're going to be good picks no matter which way you flip them. But if you guys want that, smash the like button. It's just that simple. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.